I'll address the Batman and Robin situation in a few minutes. Alright, I guess it's my turn now, and I will introduce myself because half of the room probably has no idea who I am, and the other half of the room knows way too much. So, my name is Martin Newell, and I am Mike's younger brother by 13 months. So we're not twins, we're Irish twins, because we get that a lot. Although he is my brother, I do feel very honoured that he's asked me to be his best man and make this speech today. This speech could have been easily given by either of the two lads to my right hand side. And Mike was Noel's best man himself when he got married a couple of years ago. And Fergal, well, all I'll say is that Fergal Byrne is the only man in this room who has been in a bed with Mike and Amy after 3 a.m. Amy will fill you in on the rest of that story later if you want to ask her about it. I was given a couple of pieces of advice when I sat down to write this speech. The first one was my mother. She said, "Don't embarrass the family." I said, "It's too late for that." Second piece was that a picture paints 1,000 words. And if you'd all like to look to your left hand side, I have a couple of slides to show you. So this is baby Mikey. Mike was born in July 1985, and for the first 13 months of his life he kind of had the root of the roost at home in Castlegrove. You know, being the first child, he was spoiled rotten. He got loads of toys, never needed to share them with anyone. Who technical difficulties. He got loads of clothes, and he also could watch whatever he wanted on Netflix. That was mainly because Mum and Dad couldn't figure out how to work it back then. But Mike did tell me a couple of years later, after he had a few years ago, after he had a few pints drank, that although he did have the run of the place at home in Castlegrove, that it just wasn't any crack because he had nobody to practice fighting with. And then I came along and we kicked lumps out of each other. But in between kicking lumps out of each other, we were thick as thieves and we pretty much did everything together. And this is, hopefully this works. Fingers crossed. Am I good? Oh, so this is the Batman and Robin photo that Mike was talking about earlier. My Batman pajamas were actually in the wash that day, so Mike ever so kindly lent me his Robin pajamas, so the next photo is just me and Mike together as well. There's probably a lot of them there. Sorry, this is slow, sorry. Never work with technology. Never work with technology. Raj is going to save me there in a minute. There we go. Oh, gone too far. So that's myself and Mike again, and then we also never got in any trouble.
We're trying the tractor. We're tractor.
Video.
You see, because I have to pull that up now. Okay, pull it up, put it on.
So due to technical difficulties, the video has appeared before I got to it. But anyway, you got the gist of it. That was a video of Mike trying to pull a piece of metal out of the ground when he was 4 years old. I have absolutely no idea why he was doing that or what he was at, but he gave up pretty easily in fairness. The next clip is Mike leading me astray and getting us both into trouble. If I had two young lads who did what we do in this next clip, I'd kill them. Please work. Come on, it's going.
No, I I'm going to teeth. It's me, I'm going to teeth now.
Poor old dad had a hefty pounding and bill after that we bounced on his bonnet. Yeah. So the next clip I have is Mike on his communion day. And the main reason I've included this is because a lot of his cousins are around him and a lot of those cousins are here today, so I just wanted to include it as a please work.
Come on, Jennifer. Go away. Come on, Jennifer.
I can't see.
Come on, Jennifer.
I couldn't see the sausages. Come on. Oh, two more. Yes, we don't like some sausages.
The next video I have is also Mike on his communion day. Showing off his six-pack as usual. It's a good job Mike wasn't celebrating the Junior B County final win in Wicklow, or that could have gone a lot worse. So myself and Mike often get slagged because usually wherever we see one of us, the other isn't far behind. We play football together, we work in the same company, we live together for years, we have lunch together, we did space cakes in Amsterdam together, and so on. But what a lot of people don't actually know is that that's because I actually suffered from a very traumatic incident as a child, and I have a clip of that footage. So yeah, Mikey did go off without me that day, and I was so traumatized that my mother had to give me 3 Mikado biscuits and a Jimmy Nut Ma'am obviously didn't want to have to ever deal with an inconsolable Martin ever again. So she told Mike off so badly when he got home that he just decided it'd be a lot easier just to bring me with him wherever he went from after long. And I've been told man has a full packet of Mikado biscuits got for the day Mike and Amy go off in their 6-month honeymoon. Amy and Mike started going out in 2012, and when I first met Amy, I didn't really know what to make of her, you know. But after a while, she really grew on me. It's just a pain. It's just unfortunately for herself, she hasn't actually grown since then either. I apologise, Amy. I had to throw in a high joke there somewhere. So myself and Mike got back from a snowboarding holiday in February 2012, and Mike happened to be standing in front of me at the airport at the baggage carousel, and he had his phone out, and I could see that he was typing out a text to an Amy, and I had never heard him mention an Amy before, so I was kind of curious. I decided not to press him on the situation there and then, and I said I'd let him come to me with it. But a couple of weeks later, they obviously had made themselves official because Mike told me that he was going out with Amy. And almost 8 years later, and Amy, as my father said earlier on, is part of the furniture at home at Castlegrove. She doesn't get the honour of having the tea made for her when she calls anymore. And she hasn't for a while. Like anyone in Castlegrove, if you get up from your seat, you're told almost immediately to stick on the kettle there. Amy figured out with Mike that she'd have to fight for his love and attention because Mike was involved at the time, and he actually still is to this day with his first love, Kilconnelly GA Club. Mike is so dedicated to Kilconnelly that he actually didn't drink on the second night of his stag in Amsterdam. The reason for that is because we had a championship match the following weekend, and not because he got so drunk on the Friday night that he was sick on the plane to Limerick the following day. But Amy was very resilient and she hatched a very clever plan. She first started coming along to Kilconnelly games as a supporter, if you could call Kilconnelly, But after a while, she actually joined the club herself and started togging out and playing. So, if I was to pick any moment, I'd say it was then that Mike probably knew he had found the one. Amy has put in absolutely serious work into organising this wedding, and if I do say so myself, she's knocked it out of the park. Not only that, Amy, but you look absolutely stunning today. I haven't seen Mike that out of breath since the relegation game I mentioned earlier. Hopefully that might save me from getting my arse kicked from the high jump later on. I didn't know it as a kid, but having Mike as a brother was definitely one of the best things I could have asked for. His quick actions on New Year's Day 2004, after I took a tumble from a 12-foot loft out in the shed and landed on my head, probably saved my life, and I'll always be grateful that he was around that morning. And I'll also always use that tumble as a reason or an excuse as to why I didn't do so well in the Leaving Cert later that year. Funnily enough, while unconscious on the bed in A&E during the day, I was apparently asking for Nolan Fergal. I have absolutely no idea why my brain clearly wasn't functioning properly. But I did come around 12 hours later, and who was there to save the day again? Only Mike. Just so that I wouldn't feel stupid lying there in A&E with everyone looking down at me, Mike said that he would fake some dizziness, and he collapsed himself right there on the floor in A&E, immediately drawing all the attention of all the doctors and nurses in the vicinity, and landed on a hospital bed right beside me. That just goes to show the measure of the man. I am going to finish up soon, but before I go, I do have one other little clip. I saw this and I kind of had to throw it in because I thought it was a nice little sign-off. In this next clip, please just replace the words First Holy Communion with wedding and it'll work out perfectly.
Today was the First Holy Communion of Michael. So eldest son, we made a video of the occasion, and now we're going to adjourn for some tea and refreshments. Good luck.
So, just before the tea and refreshments, on behalf of everyone and myself, I'd like to wish you both the best of luck when you go on your holidays for 6 months. Have loads of fun, and we'll see you in New Zealand. And also, I'd like to wish you both many, many years of happy married life together, and I'm sure you will. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses to my brother and his lovely wife, Mike and Amy Newell. Alright, they're serving dinner now, so enjoy it everyone. See you on the dance floor later.